Welcome back, Fox here, and it's that time again on July 29th, 2020. Update 19 hit the floor, so it's time to, well, read the patch notes. You know how it goes. So rather than reading through this like I normally do, you know, the big notes are over here, but let's take a look. So obviously, this thing's got some balancing fixes and whatnot, but if we have the new bounty items. So here we can see them right here. We got a tank hammer, the MP40, the PPSH. This is an attachment, the rifle compensator, the OSS Silent Night, all these things here. We'll read it in more detail, but yeah, let's get right over to the technical stuff. And here we go. So they've titled this update Riding Shotgun, because it has to do with shotgun rebalancing. Hasn't really been a whole month since we debuted the Green Zone difficulty level to deliver the Plunder Pack. It has indeed. We've been busy with another round of gameplay improvements. Here's a list of highlights from this update. You can read more details about each item below, along with a full recounting of other improvement and bug fixes. Vehicle tune-up. Our mechanics have improved the performance of all vehicles in the game. The shotgun upgrade. We've drastically upgraded the stopping power, the zombie stopping power of the humble boomstick. Drucker County enhanced. We made this plateau map more visually appealing and much friendlier for drivers. Free Bloodmobile. Use the radio to call in this unique vehicle for your community, available for a limited time. World War II Pack returns. Older weapons now in loot, and new weapons and outfits are available from the bounty broker. So, starting off, the vehicle tune-up. You depend on your vehicle's performance, whether you're speeding down the... Wow, this is sounding a lot like an advertisement that you see on TV. But whether you're speeding down the highway or dodging zombies on windy dirt roads, as a result of your feedback, we went under the hood to review and improve vehicle performance across our entire fleet of cars, trucks, SUVs, and vans. Next time you're driving, look for these highlights. Increased acceleration to escape Juggernaut's intent on wrecking your ride. A better off-road performance, allowing you to drive over rough terrain without getting stuck. More power in reverse to help you back out of annoying ditches that keep jumping in front of you. Revised terrain and tire interactions to better capture the different grips on road, dirt, mud, and water. Audio remix to follow new torque and acceleration curves. I do know a little bit about this revised terrain stuff. I don't know if you've ever driven on water before, but if you have not, then it's worth knowing that when you drive through water, like through the lakes and rivers, you don't have as much traction. It's much easier to flip the car over. So definitely something worth knowing. Shotguns get a shot in the arm. Blowing away the evil dead with your boomstick delivers visceral excitement that no other firearm can match. To better deliver on that integral part of the Zed-killing fantasy, we've drastically improved shotguns. Shotguns reliably deliver kills inside 5 meters. Shotguns offer crowd control to about 20 meters, scoring knockdowns and dismemberments. Shotgun's noise drops significantly, now comparable to the 5.56 millimeter round. So their use draws less unwanted company. That's still very loud on Nightmare Zone, by the way. If you're planning to use shotguns in Nightmare Zone, that's still very noisy. Your shotgun remains less effective at longer ranges. That's rifle territory. And it's not ideal for stealthy kills. It says the best weapon for mowing through zombie hordes or for delaying oncoming Zeds when you need to retreat. Try one out today. So, funny thing about shotguns is they were never bad. They're actually a really good weapon, even in Nightmare Zone, because they're one of the better weapons for killing feral zombies if you don't have gunslinging. Yes, it makes a lot of noise, but you would just pull the trigger and run away, because the zombies, they don't come towards you, they come towards the source of the sound. So you could usually just shoot and then leave, and maybe you'd encounter a zombie or two, but normally it would work out pretty good for a quick way to kill ferals. Drucker County map improvements. Our experience building the Providence Ridge map has inspired us to review our existing maps to see where we could improve their quality. We identified Drucker County as deserving a little more artistic love, so we unleashed a team of landscapers and architects on the entire area. Their goal to enhance the map's visual interest and improve player navigation. To enhance visual interest, our team added infrastructure around select buildings to better ground them in their location, adding signage and set dressing to some base locations, and adding details to non-playable spaces that felt a little barren. Taken together, these results in a more attractive and immersive space to explore. Since Drucker County has never been the friendliest places for vehicles, we also prioritized a better driving experience. Our team smoothed out terrain, removing several tons of rocks that interfered with off-road travel or creating frustrating dead ends. We added a new dirt roads that appear on the map screen to highlight easier routes. Finally, we placed signage, fence, and other visual guides to help drivers stay safe. It's been a while since you visited Drucker County, so we encourage you to get behind the wheel and check it out. Okay, so free Bloodmobile for all players. Speaking of getting behind the wheel, all players now have a radio command allowing them to have a unique Bloodmobile delivered to their community. Each community can use this radio command once for free. After that, calling for a new Bloodmobile will cost influence. I wonder if that's true for the Nightmare Zone. I want to say no, because I don't think that's how the Wizard Van works. This radio command replaces the Wizard Van option and is available for a limited time. To view your radio commands, open your inventory and tab over the radio command. So let me highlight that right there. The Wizard Van is out of the game. So if you have a Wizard Van, you get to keep it, but you can't call in any new ones. I don't think you would get a free Bloodmobile on Nightmare Zone. If you did, that would be like, I don't know about OP, but that would be like really powerful to be able to get a pristine vehicle that easily. World War II, the Bloodmobile is an ambulance, if they said or not, so I believe it has 8 storage slots, which, like I said, that's really good in Nightmare Zone. A World War II pack returns with an upgrade. Brand new World War II pack adds 8 new weapons to the game, plus 2 items of clothing and a unique firearm of attachment. These items are drawn and inspired from the European theaters of combat and mostly are available by completing bounties in the Bounty Broker. So this is the new bounty. The ceremonial M1A1 Thompson, a beautiful submachine gun, remains pristine and fully functional thanks to years of loving maintenance. OSS Silent Night military stories claim this permanently suppressed revolver never existed as anything but a prototype, but they're all dead, so no one could stop you from appreciating its power, accuracy, and surprising range. Let's not read all the descriptions. So you got the OSS Silent Night, it's a silenced revolver. You got an MP40 submachine gun, the FBI fighting rifle, which I believe also comes with the, the vintage rifle compensator. I believe that's the only way to get the vintage rifle compensator. So if you wanted multiple copies of the compensator, I think it says it down below, actually. So Soviet PPSH, a famous World War II close assault weapon. The Danger Dog PPSH, I believe this one is not a bounty. I think it was just added to the global loot table, so it might not go away when the pack rotates out. Antique German Trench Tool, it's basically a shovel, counts as a bladed weapon. The Tank Hammer, you might be surprised how many... Oh, wait, why am I reading it? The Tank Hammer is just, it's a two-handed weapon. Aviator Helmet, it's a clothing item. Combat Helmet, another clothing item. Vintage Rifle Compensator, this one I will read. This antique muzzle attachment provides stability, power, and durability. It's only found on the FBI fighting rifle, but it can be removed and attached to any weapon that accepts a muzzle brake. So this weapon is said to be very similar to a professional muzzle brake. Like, I think the stats are only slightly different. And yeah, it looks like if you want multiple copies of the vintage rifle compensator, you'll have to purchase more FBI fighting rifles. In addition to that, all weapons previously found in the World War II pack last seen January this year have been added to the loot tables and can be scavenged in the war. That means that the original World War II pack is just loot that you find in the game, just added to the global loot table. What's coming and going? The return of the World War II pack means that we must say farewell for now to the Bundle Up pack. If you missed that, that's a bummer because there were some really good things in the Bundle Up pack, mainly of this, the axe, the Ice Axe was really, really good. Remember that you keep anything you already own, but you can't acquire more items from retired packs. In August, we welcome the Go Bag back into the game. In addition to the 9 weapons originally featured, we're adding 3 new bounties that let you earn some brand new items. All Go Bag bounties will be completely reset when the pack returns, so whether you've seen this pack or it's all new to you, the Bounty Broker will have 12 tasks for you to complete. Okay, so that means even if you've done them, you got to recomplete them. That's kind of a pain. We're also implementing some tweaks to reward those of you who have already finished some or all of these bounties. Okay, that's a little more interesting. More news on that as we get closer to the Go Bag's release date. To make way for the returning pack, the Anniversary Pack will be retired in August, so be sure to complete those bounties soon. Other fixes and improvements. Loot container distribution. We've made a tweak to the way loot containers, the objects you open up in search of guns, resources, and other useful stuff, are distributed among buildings in each newly populated map. The adjustment aims to reduce frustration and create moments of excitement on long-haul scavenging runs. Originally, a typical building included 5 to 6 lootable containers for the host player, which often held slightly more items than you could carry home. This resulted in many scavenging runs ending halfway through the building, leading to some frustration. We've altered the container distribution so that most buildings now offer the host either 4 or fewer containers or 8 or more. The map still offers the same amount of loot, it's just spread a little less evenly among the buildings. Container distribution for client players is unchanged. In most cases, when you explore a new building, or should either think, yes, I have plenty of room to collect all this stuff and bring it home, or wow, this building has a lot more stuff than I could ever carry. What a bonanza. Extra points if you use the word bonanza. This only applies to a newly populated map. Your existing communities will have the same distribution of containers both before and after the update. So what this basically means is I believe they removed buildings that contain 5 lootable objects, 6 lootable objects, and 7 lootable objects. So now there's like a gap. Every building you encounter will either have between 0 and 4 lootable objects, 0 in the higher difficulties because of pre-looted objects, pre-looted buildings, and then it'll skip, and then you'll find buildings that have potentially 8 to 12. And basically the reason they're doing this is so that when you loot a building with like 5 or 6 items in it, it was basically a situation where you wouldn't be able to carry everything home, and there'd be like 1 or 2 items remaining inside of it that you're just like, well, I guess I'll have to come back to get these 1 or 2 items. So their goal is to make the typical building easier to loot, but still having like super like the motherlode type buildings with 8 or more lootable objects. Moving on to systems. If you start a Green Zone game after you've unlocked legacy boons at higher difficulty levels, the Green Zone versions of those boons should now be available no matter when you unlock them. That was like a bug, that was a problem. Previously, Green Zone boons were showing up unreliably if you unlock the higher difficulty versions prior to Update 18. You can now craft toolkits and advanced toolkits from the auto shop, because what else would it be for? This includes a new bulk crafting option that actually makes the auto ship the ideal place to craft them. Yeah, they don't say it here, but they talked about it in their stream. If you create bulk toolkits and bulk advanced toolkits in the auto shop, you get them 3 for the price of 2. We revised the UX experience of securing a site and revealing its container icons to make that experience friendlier. Icons that are through a wall from you show up hollow to make it clear they're in another room. Icons for containers on porches and other outdoor locations are now visible from indoors. We restructured our music playlist and increased the amount of variation in playback across all modes, so hopefully you get to hear some of the less common songs. We corrected some icons in the closet that weren't showing accurate colors for the associated outfit items. Gameplay. We made some fixes to the way noise stats are calculated for revolvers. It used to be that the 357 caliber revolvers were louder than 44 caliber revolvers, which didn't make sense. Now all revolvers are quieter than before, but the 44 Magnum revolvers are the loudest by a small margin. I'm sure they're still super loud though. Weapon sway is now realigned to correlate better with barrel length, so expect to see more stability from 50 caliber rifles and long barreled revolvers than you did before. If you have ally firing through you harmlessly due to the lack of friendly fire, you will no longer see gouts of blood splashing from your body, sending you mixed messages about the danger you're in. Balance tweaks. We fixed a bug that was causing the Big Boss, which is the upgraded military truck, to take engine damage twice as fast as any other vehicle. Spec Ops AW sniper rifle is now 6 pounds lighter, making it only 1 pound heavier than the standard Arctic Warfare. The CM1A Breacher now features the benefits of a professional choke, as that was the original intent of the weapon. We increased the magazine size of the Echo S3 shotgun 6+7 to keep it competitive with all other updated shotguns. This actually could make the Echo shotgun really good. I gave it a lower rating in my original Echo weapons review, but this actually could bump it up to being one of the better a really good weapon in general. Like, it could be one of the better weapons in the Nightmare Zone in particular. The Mighty Sword knows the Excadaver has lost its luster over the years to ensure that it still feels like a potent reward. We boosted its lethality, dismemberment, and ease of use. That's like I believe that's a quest reward. The Sweet Skull Sword also gained some improvements, though to a lesser degree. Pyrolauncher's effectiveness against Plague Hearts has been reduced. It's still effective against groups of zombies, but no longer shall it reign supreme as the gimmicky destroyer of Plague Hearts. It actually never reigned supreme. That was actually Bloater Gas Grenades. Destroys Nightmare Zone Plague Hearts in 2 hits, but it was due to the commonality of the Pyrolauncher's usage. People have asked me, is the Pyrolauncher not OP anymore? The answer is no, it's still insanely OP. Killing Plague Hearts is definitely one of its benefits, but like I said, you can just use Bloater Cloud Grenades, which will 2-hit Nightmare Zone Plague Hearts. The Pyrolauncher is still going to turn the rest of the game absolutely up down. Fighting 100 zombies, Pyrolauncher will just plow right through them. So it's still absolute. You should don't destroy your Pyrolaunchers, don't shelf them. You could still use them for general gameplay, which is honestly where they're really good. Miscellaneous. We made further adjustments to the map beyond the refresh of Drucker County in response to minor bugs with collision texture. We also fixed a few grayscale interior lighting bugs that crept into Update 18. We fixed a crash that could occur when engaging the Plague Wall fight in Heartland, and that looks like it's about it, so there you've got it. Here's a look at these crazy World War II weapons again. So I will be making some episodes to unlock these if you want to watch them on the channel. And most importantly, let me know what you think down in the comment section. What do you think about this update, especially in regards to the balance changes to shotguns and the nerf to the Pyrolauncher? Will you continue using it? Are you going to shelf it? Maybe you never use it. Let me know. Do you approve or disapprove of this update? And let me know how you think Undead Labs is doing down in the comment section. All right, hopefully this video was informative. Like this video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future State of Decay 2 content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.